Unapologetic.
I said what I said.
Unrepentant.
When I am assertive, I'm a bitch. When a man is assertive, he's a boss.
And unfiltered.
If you want to say anything, you say I'm real.
I'm Dominique the Diva.
I am the #1 most impactful.
And I'm Shay Parker.
Did not come here to impress you, because to tell you the truth, when I leave here, I'm gone, and I don't care what you think about me.
And we're not here to offend you. We're here to offend everybody.
You were thinking it. I know, but you said it. I know.
So listen, we're dishing on everything hip-hop,
pop culture, and all the bullshit in between.
So get your panties out a bunch.
And press play if you ain't scared.
To Diva Unfiltered.
And we're back. Welcome to another episode of Diva Unfiltered Podcast. I'm your host, Dominique the Diva, and this is my best friend, Shay Parker.
Put some respect on my name.
Hey! That's how we coming into 2022, putting respect on our name.
Happy
Cheers.
2022.
Happy 2022. Okay, cheers to
Cheers.
you. Cheers to you, and cheers to you.
Yes,
for pressing
cheers
play,
delicious. Cheers
for
to
listening.
Tazi.
Whole squad in here. Tazi's in here on the sound effects. You know, we got our man Licious behind the camera.
Always.
And we're back.
We're back in our home, Vibe Records. You already know.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's changed. Nothing has really changed.
That's what I want to ask you guys. 2022, is it new year, new me, or is it same bullshit for real? Let's be honest.
I mean, it's really giving New Year same bullshit, but I'm excited about dealing with the bullshit differently than I did in 2021.
I can get with that.
It's all about perspective.
It's all about perspective. And is it ever really a loss if you learn from it? What kind of L you taking? Are you taking a loss or you learning a lesson? Because we all gonna take them. So it's really all about perspective. So I know I said that because a lot of people was like, oh, 2022, I don't know, this week we got hit with the snow in our DMV area. And so I really wasn't feeling like hitting the ground running, doing
nothing.
Much of nothing, okay? A Marion variant out here all wild. Dun, dun, dun.
Hitting the ground running, you gonna be hitting and sliding on some black ice out here in the DMV.
Touch, okay? So that's why I was like, it's okay if you didn't necessarily hit the ground running. It's all about perspective, and a little progress is still progress.
That is very, very true. I'm excited about the year. Honestly, I was glad to say goodbye to 2021, honestly, because 2020 and 2021, I don't know how it was for you out there, but I know for me, as much as there was a lot of good, there was also just a lot of downs. And I think coming out of last year, we're just coming out of it with so much more perspective.
Yeah.
And you're either really going into 2022 with like the glass is half full mindset, or you're really going into the year with, okay, the glass is half empty. And so it really just depends. But I know me, I only want niggas who see the glass half full.
I'm saying I'm a half full kind of girl. I'd rather focus on what I do have instead of focusing on what I don't have. I'm definitely a glass
Well,
half
what
full
have you been
kind of girl.
going through in 2022 thus far?
Yeah, if you're
How
just
has it
tuning
been?
in for the first time for whatever reason, we don't ask like, you know, how you doing? We ask what you going through, because we, you know, we care. We want to get a little bit more in depth. And with that being said, what am I going through? So yeah, I turned 34 years old.
You did.
So
the big 34.
Is that what it's called? Is that what it's called? I was asking my dad. I'm like, Daddy,
does 34 even have like a tagline or like
That's
a
what I'm
thing?
saying,
You know how people
like,
say Jesus year
or is it like
your
Pippin?
Kobe year?
Then Pippin wear 34. I was asking my dad, like, what?
What is it? Ask the guys.
I don't know, bro. But either way, I'm in this bitch.
So now instead of you telling niggas that you a grown woman,
I'm
like
grown.
you a grown ass woman. I'm a
Like,
grown ass woman.
I can do whatever I want.
Okay.
Like Beyonce said. That's really it, coming to terms with the fact that I'm grown. But it's so beautiful because you just like change so much. Like just allow yourself to evolve, because one thing I've been, you know, I always talk about the fact that I have kept diaries since I was 9 years old, and I actually still have them. And every now and then I'll go back, I'll pick an age or pick a year. I mean, I'm in there in 5th grade just writing about girls that say they don't like me because they think I'm all that at school, like stupid stuff like that. But then like you actually get to go back to maybe like 3 years ago and just reading your raw emotions is so beneficial. And reading about the things that you wanted and you desire, or the things that I was working for 3 years ago
that
to
you now have,
you know, it's like, wow. And you just realize you just pick up lessons on the way, and then you just apply those things again and again. So even if you find yourself in a place where you feel down, ain't nowhere else to go but up after that. And you just have to go back and remember all the times you were trying to work for what you have now, or you just wish this, that, and the third. Or a lot of times you go back and read, you be like, Lord, thank you so much for not giving me what I thought I wanted.
That's the part right there. That is the part right there. And I felt that in 2020 and 2021 for sure. Now looking back in hindsight on the year, it's sort of like, God, I really thank you for not giving me what I thought I wanted at the time. And just knowing that all of the ups and downs and like all of the bullshit that you go through, all of the good times that you go through really come full circle to get you to where you're supposed to be. And God is going to make sure you get there really either way.
Yeah,
it's
because
really just up to you. Are you going to follow him, or you going to do your own thing?
A lot of times you have to become that person that you're supposed to be to even receive that thing that you are just trying to get so hard. Come on, somebody. I'm telling you got to already be that person that you want to be for you to be able to receive that blessing that you're trying to get. We don't even really got time to park it there. But that's what I've been going through. Like just really reflecting, being grown now, and just like reflecting and just always trying to get better, trying to figure out how I want to maneuver in a different way. Cause I'm always down for, you know, switching it up, changing it up. So that's really what I've been going through. What about you?
What have I been going through? Well, first and foremost, I got COVID over Christmas. So that was a whole thing. That was a whole thing for Christmas. Everyone was down bad. Everyone was sick.
Listen.
So that was the first Christmas in 30 years, 29 years that I did not spend with my family.
Yeah, I didn't spend Christmas with my
and
family.
that's just never been a thing for me. I mean, and honestly, although it was different, I was in such a better place this year than I was last year Christmas, even surrounded by all the family and the love and, you know, the boyfriend and all of this. I was in such a better place this year. So I was much happier. It was different. I feel like it was almost a turning point. You know, when you have those moments in life where you're like, I feel like this is a pivotal point right here.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like something's about to pivot. And that's really the moment that I had over like the holiday break, Christmas, New Year's.
That's good.
Now I'm ready to just, like you said, hit the ground running, just trying not to slip on the goddamn ice out here with the snow. But doing that, really hustling and grinding, but keeping in mind what's important and still nurturing relationships as well. Because I feel like sometimes in previous years, I was so hard on the grind that I wasn't nurturing like my friendships, you know, my relationships with my family, even dating. So now it's like this juggling act of trying to do all that.
Yeah, I think even with you feeling like we're at a pivot, I think we all kind of feel that way. I know I do when it comes to like the big picture all around the board, with us living in a pandemic for 2 years and seeing a lot of these companies realize a lot of these people can work from home, and people being able to have the flexibility to make money just needing Wi-Fi and a laptop and a phone or whatever the case.
Right.
And I really think moving forward, because I've already heard of other countries implementing a shorter work week, shorter work hours. Like people are starting to really realize how fragile life is once, and to really want to spend time with those who mean the most and don't understand. People are even saying like, I don't want to be booked and busy no more. I want to be like
relaxed,
paid, pampered, a little me time in there. Like that's the mentality. But like what?
Stress-free and stable.
Listen, stress-free and stable. Let's talk about it, because
let's talk about it.
A couple years ago, y'all was, I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Yeah, hell no. Hell no.
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Hell fucking no. At this ripe age of 30,
like
I need my sleep.
Honestly, have you been in Miami? I know you've been in Miami lately, but the last time I was in Miami, a lot of them young girls was looking stressed, okay? Them girls is tired. Y'all need to be getting y'all sleep. Y'all need to be drinking y'all water.
But how y'all 23 and y'all look the same age as me? And I know I look 12 a little bit. I know sometimes I do get little girl, but
you need your rest. You need to rest.
The BBLs and the Casamigos and the lashes, the 18-inch lash extensions, the lace fronts. It's doing a lot. And I hope in 2022 that we leave some of those things behind. Some of those things we can surely leave behind.
I don't know if the BBL is going anywhere.
All right, well, let's just make it a little smaller. Like, we don't gotta go dumb with it. Like,
I don't know. They've been going dumb with it. I don't know. It's to the point
said, look,
where
if I'm gonna get ass, I'm gonna get ass.
it's to the point where people forget about natural homegrown bodies
and what it's supposed to look like. Now, don't get me wrong, because I'm definitely about to get my surgery. I'm definitely about to get my surgery.
Shay about to get a look.
It's a little starter kit procedure. It's a little starter kit one, but that's okay. You know, we just gonna do a little suck and do a little tuck and do a little knit.
It's nothing wrong with that.
It ain't nothing wrong with it.
It ain't nothing wrong with it. It's the most important thing I would say to ladies is like making sure that you just know how you feel about yourself and your body, and that's what matters first, because they always gonna have something to say. And you know, I'm also working on something to help my ladies out with feeling real smooth and curvy.
I'm so excited about it.
Up under them clothes as we come up on 1 year.
Yes.
And you know, Shay Park is gonna share you all her journey with the Globe plastic surgery too.
Super exciting.
Some slight.
We got a lot to get into already. And it's what, the 8th day of 2022?
8th day of 2022. 8th day of 2022. Okay, so what we want to go with? Do we want to talk about is Instagram ruined, or do we want to talk about the fact that some of y'all need to pack y'all podcast equipment up and just forget about it?
Let's really start with people packing up their podcast.
Okay,
shit
great.
and
I'm so
putting it
glad
up.
you chose
Let's
that
talk
one,
about that so we
because
can just talk about it and we can move past it.
it's just a lot. It's already hard for a broadcast journalism major like ourselves to even
Who really do this shit.
It's been hard, okay? It's really been hard. And it's people like fucking up the game, you feel me? It's people that just, you know, got the bread to buy the stuff but don't really deserve to drive the vehicle, you feel me? Because this is a very powerful thing. And I understand everybody has a podcast and everybody can pod, but it's some people that just be doing this shit, and then there's some people that do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't even really gonna say their name, but you know, people do like to go viral over, you know.
If you know what we talking about, then you know what we talking about. We ain't gotta give they
get it. As Jada Waiter would say.
Okay.
I love Jada Waiter, by the way. I'm a 34-year-old Jada Waiter stan. Yeah,
and I
she's
love
like
it.
10 years younger than me. But, like if I was her age, I would think I was weird, but I love her. Like, you mad
but
grown.
the girls that get it.
Okay, so back to them. So back to that. And shout out to the pod father, Joe Budden, for even saying something about these little mofos. Because, okay, I know some people was like, oh, don't bring shine light to them. He deleted the post thereafter. But something needed to be said from somebody, because these little niggas think that's cool. Everybody can have a preference, we know. And I'm not even one that be offended about most of the shit that the internet is offended about. I don't care. Chris Brown said he want a girl with nice hair. I'm like, well, shit, he said nice hairs. I got nice hair. We good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they'll say whatever. Most times I'll be like, y'all picking. Y'all just don't like. But no, calling females night riders and
black women, calling black women night riders. They don't really do in the dark. Whatever the fuck they said. This is really the main point of it.
That was unnecessary.
Because like we said, it's niggas who do this shit and it's niggas who really do this shit. And understand like what this means. And when you get on this mic and when you crack it and when you say some shit, regardless of if you have 2 followers today and you go viral tomorrow, you need to be conscious about what you say on this bitch.
Yeah, like, do you want their first impression of you to be that? Because you turn a lot of people off. But back to whatever. It's like when niggas that, get my angle right, because I need them to understand that when niggas that don't get a lot of pussy get microphones, we can tell that you just started getting pussy. Because you say things like these guys here, and it's obvious now why you don't fuck with black women, because black women don't fuck with you. So, again, this is so powerful because we can start seeing through things. Like, we just start seeing things like, oh, okay, they used to get beat up in school. Oh, okay, nobody used to give you no play. Oh, okay, you got shrimp. You know what I mean? So then you try to overcompensate with your vernacular muscular and your muscles. We get it. So this is a powerful thing, because if the wrong person sets up their podcast equipment, they might be telling on themselves and don't know that a mup like me could tell where they're really coming from. And so that's why it's important not to spread the stupidity on that part. And every man should not have a podcast.
Well, this is just all I want to say, and we're gonna park it here because this is really all that fucking matters.
And then we're gonna move on.
Then we're gonna move the fuck on, because fuck those niggas. This is the thing. Black men who don't fuck with black women for whatever reason you have for not fucking with black women, we don't fuck with you either. And I really want to make that clear. Let's make that clear. We don't fuck with you either, and we don't really give a fuck. Fuck you. Bitches can have you. The non-black ones, whichever ones they are,
Girl.
they can have your ass. We do not give a shit. So you don't need to make it known. You don't need to keep speaking it. We don't fuck with you neither.
Yeah, and that's don't have just forget. Just
your
forget
mama
about
don't
us.
even fuck with you. That's why you act like that. That's why you act like that, because your
But
mama
I'm
don't
just like, y'all are brown and black. I don't understand how you could say that. I would love if someone like did a podcast with their like sibling or mother. Just to play back and see, how do you feel about this?
Things go wrong.
Right. Where did this hate come from? I mean, it's one, like, I'm all for people having a preference, because women, I do understand, we tell our preferences all up and down all day. You got to be this tall. You got to have this, got to have da-da-da-da-da. But it's another thing to just come off so arrogant and disrespectful about, you know, oh, we don't dabble in the dark. Bruh, dark, bruh.
Being black or non-white and... being black and being anti-black is like the wildest mind fuck to me.
Really weird.
Like, it is the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. Especially black people who are not mixed. I'll say that. Being black and anti-black is just...
Yeah.
Go seek therapy this year. Go get therapy this year.
Yeah,
I'm really annoyed by these blogs continuing to post this podcast, because at the end of the day, their content is extremely dangerous.
Yeah, it's
extremely dangerous, and y'all are posting it for clickbait, and that's fine. But there's other things that you could post for clickbait that is not
speaking of
that.
Let's talk about a little bit why. Like, I did see someone post about like the good old days on Instagram. Oh, come with me, people. Imagine right now in your head, close your eyes.
Take us back. Take us back. Take us back.
Of Instagram, where you just was in the house and you just made some oodles and noodles. Ooh. And they would look so good.
Did you put hot sauce on?
And you put hot sauce on it, and Instagram didn't have video yet, so you just posted a picture to let everyone know that you had them. And Android users were not even allowed to get on the app.
They weren't even allowed.
Oh, it was just us. It was just us there posting our food, our selfies, our hair, our shirt,
with our ugly Mayfair filter.
Hella filters, not doing shit, just posting whatever we want.
On the iPhone 6, bro.
Oh my goodness, what a time to be alive.
It was a proper app.
And then we got video, and then they made video from 30 to 15, from 15 seconds to 30 seconds to a minute
to 60 seconds, right?
To now it takes me a fucking hour to do a reel. Nobody want to talk about this? Nobody wants to talk about how long it takes to complete a reel, my nigga. Bro, I had rolled my videos out, bro. Then I missed the video, bro. I had to go back.
And try to figure out what the fuck.
And then I want the video to sync with the music, and it wasn't syncing with the music. I had to put it back with the music, and then I had to sync it with the music.
Bro, mind you, this is background for me and Diva doing our 2021 recap post. It was just the most labor-intensive, layered process ever. To the point where I was just like, fuck it. Whatever the fuck is up here, that's what happened in 2021. And please leave me alone about it.
Everybody, I know, it's a lot.
I'm so tired of like the curated posts, the like photo, every photo is a photo shoot photo, and like they're on their laptops and they have their coffee, and it's a 5-paragraph caption, and it's tell me about what you have planned for 2022. Like, drop a star for how many goals you have, and I'm so sick of this shit.
You guys, it's giving me anxiety.
Do we sound like haters?
Do you? No, we don't sound like haters. First of all, never. I'm a lot of things. Never been a hater, right? But what I will say is I'm a bitch that's gonna tell it like it is. This shit is fucking stressful, bitch, okay? Because I ain't done up every day. We in a pandemic. You mean to tell me I can't even get on this thing with a full face of makeup? What's going on? Let's bring it down.
Bitches barely be wanting to get on their story without a lash on.
Let's bring it down, Instagram. Can we bring it down? Can we bring it back to when it was me and you and me? It's getting out of hand, and it takes a long time.
It does.
And so I saw a post that was said, "Is Instagram ruined?" You know, I even was looking at some social media strategists who were saying, you know, some of their clients were getting deterred by Instagram and really turning to like TikTok, Bigo. It's another one that's Black owned. I have it on my phone. It's escaping my head right now, but like it's because they do take all of that time to do their reels into, you know, their efforts into the content, and then the algorithm can fuck you over too, and then you're just like, oh my god, I just spent all of this
time, right?
And no one really saw it,
right.
And so it's getting them deterred. And Instagram is actually number 10 on the top 10 places that your business should be. The top 2 places is apparently TikTok and Google right now.
Oh, okay. And I heard that Facebook is really big for businesses.
Yeah, and business ads as well. And so I'm just like, how can we make Instagram fun again?
I don't know. I think the ship has sailed, friend.
Really?
I really think the ship has sailed.
That's fine.
I think we're waiting on that next big app, like that next big MySpace or that next big photo app. I think the next thing is going to be like photos again. And now we're really in a video era.
I know. So that's my thing. Can we get out of this heavy video era?
Because I love photos. I love pictures.
I do. Listen,
I really
Dominique the Diva, that name came from MySpace. That was literally my MySpace name. I just started interning at the radio station. Someone got fired. They're like, hey, you girl over there, you're gonna come
do this show?
Come talk about
Why does it always happen
the
like
Kim
that?
K shit. Listen, it always happens like that. You gotta be in
That's my morning show
you gotta
story. Hey,
stay ready.
Who's that girl talking shit on that podcast?
Yeah,
Put her on the morning
get
show.
her over here and do this. And they go, what's your name? And I said, Dominique the Diva. And they were like, as long as hell, but we're gonna go with it. And I went with it. And from MySpace on every platform, I was Dominique the Diva without even knowing, you know, that all of this would come about. And I really I'm the girl that just wants to post a cute pic and put my favorite song lyric caption. I am the girl that doesn't necessarily want to give you a story. I'm the girl from the radio that's got your latest caption in my pic.
I don't necessarily want to do a video about the whole night. I don't necessarily want to do a reel about
like,
the whole night.
I went to dinner.
It's tough.
Here it is. And
It's
then
tough.
you have to go from the car to the parking lot to the waitress to the drink to the first round of drinks to the appetizer. You have to literally be recording
every single
all
thing. But you know something that I have realized that is super helpful that I did during my birthday and that we also did during one of my friends Brissy's birthday when we went to Cabo is have a photographer, have a videographer there at the event so that you don't always have to worry about taking pictures. And I mean, granted,
that's what
I'm
Hollywood
speaking from
does.
a privileged place here.
Yes.
I'm speaking from a privileged place. But at the same time, that helps because we lose so much in the moment.
Well, that's what they do in LA. All them people out there that y'all feel like are the TikTok, I mean, not the TikTok people,
I'm going to call the paparazzi every time.
That's what they do in LA, honey. But that's coming from a privileged place. Like, you see these couples all the time. You think they taking pictures of each other? Like, I'm with my nigga all the time, but like no, because we haven't
spend time
paid
doing that.
someone that takes photos of us wherever we go. Speaking, that's kind of like what Kanye is doing right now with Julia Fox. All of a sudden, I love how she says, well, first of all, she's actually doing interviews, and she said,
I'm enjoying the ride.
I met him New Year's Eve. I'm like,
I'm enjoying the ride. It's been 8 days, bitch. It's been 8 days. That's how I would be too. So if Kanye tried to talk to you, you mean to tell me you wouldn't just go ahead and talk to his crazy ass?
I'm saying, why are you doing interviews about it already, girl? girl. Why is there photos of y'all on the floor in the closet already?
Now,
I think this is definitely Kanye trying to get his family back. Y'all know when a nigga trying to get their family back, they
do any fucking thing.
He is trying to play the Kris Jenner Kardashian game by planting stories in the media. I think it's very, very interesting how she's already got an interview with Interview Magazine about her meeting Kanye. What's really tea?
I don't know, but let's get into how Kanye is absolutely terrorizing Kim. And I honestly feel so bad about it. I think she does.
I don't think she cares.
I honestly think Kim goes through hard ass times.
Nope.
And because she's just been in the public eye for so long, she builds up this wall to where like she doesn't let shit really bother her or get to her, or at least we don't see that. But I think she really loved Kanye, and I feel like she really thought this is my forever.
I agree with that,
family.
but I don't think she cares anymore.
You don't think he cares?
No.
I would care if this nigga is in my bushes buying houses across the street. You are terrorizing me.
Yeah, maybe he's terrorizing her. I do agree with you thinking like this. I thought this was it, but I think that she's done. I think that him telling everyone
think Pete is breaking her fucking back.
I think
He's
that
probably going round
Pete
for round.
Davidson is funny and he's got a lot of stamina. Okay? They calling him PDD now,
he's very
baby.
funny. The funny guys always win.
Listen, if he's funny and he got stamina,
If
he
you
gonna
can
be
make the
around
bitch
for
laugh,
a minute.
if
He
you
gonna
can make
be
the bitch
around.
laugh,
He gonna be around for a minute.
period.
Okay, Kanye, and I think that
You got the jokes and you got the dick.
listen, because she don't need his money. So I think,
well-
but I think that Kanye really fucked up though because, listen, Kim K, as beautiful as she is, and he even said it, if I'm not mistaken, when he ran for president, he embarrassed the fuck out of her.
Yeah. But we're over it now. I think everyone's over it now.
But I think that's why she's done.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna
She
put
out here fighting for
myself.
justice.
I'm not gonna put myself in a. You cannot disconnect yourself from what your husband is doing.
Yeah.
Nikki, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh!
You can't disconnect yourself from what your husband is doing
now,
for Kim K.
why is Nikki in it? Now, why
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because I want to start 2022 on a different note with Nikki. So I'm sorry. That Tiger got out of the cage.
You already.
Tiger got out of the cage.
Because she had nothing to do
Kim
with
K
it.
is not willing to be embarrassed again by Kanye, one, deciding to run for president again,
Okay,
or
fair.
to go on the road and let everyone know how my first daughter was about to get aborted. You know, she doesn't want to take that type. I think after that,
You ain't have to bring that up.
she did. He said that.
I know, but I thought we was going to act like we forgot.
No, that's why she's done. That goes to my point as to why I think this time him doing all this is like great. I'm
And
glad.
you had my girl crying in the Wendy's drive-thru.
Was
What
Wendy's,
type of
she
shit?
was- exactly. So I think that for that reason, you know how when a nigga like trying to show you he moved on, even if he really didn't, but you already got somebody, you're like, good nigga, shit, stop calling my phone. Goddamn, go be in her
And
face.
Kanye seems like the type where he's very much so like, oh no, I don't want you doing that. I don't want the kids doing that. I don't want it. I don't want.
Because that's what I be trying to tell fathers. If you're not there and you're not present, then you're not gonna get too much say so about how I'm running shit around here.
Right.
So you ain't gonna be calling me, telling me what you want them to eat and what you want them to wear, and you need to be here because this is what they
doing
wearing
this
today.
shit right
You
now.
know
Do
what I mean?
you feel like Kim and Kanye could have worked it out? Do you think
I wish that they
maybe?
could.
I think she's really done because when you file for official separation, that means you don't want to be with the nigga no more.
Yeah.
Like
I
it's
thought they were
pretty
made
much
for
a
each
wrap for
other.
you. I did too.
It's
I
not a
thought
good
it was gonna
look
stand the test of time
for Kanye because, you know, he's a godly man now. He's been reborn again. So, of course, he wants his family. He wants his
Absolutely.
wife. And
Y'all got hella kids.
I know. I feel like after 2 kids, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to just be together. Like 3 bedrooms is expensive.
Let me tell you something about them motherfucking Kardashians though. They gonna keep the same baby daddy.
well-
Cause you see Khloe trying to hold on to her so she
Khloe.
can have this other baby.
Khloe.
Now, I'm not necessarily mad about it. I'm not mad about having the
Khloe.
same baby daddy. I would have did the same thing Courtney did. I would have used this nigga and been like, listen, we about to have all these kids and I'm probably gonna drop you off after this. But you gonna be good. You still gonna be a part of the family.
You so stupid.
And I'm gonna marry this nigga, Travis.
Chloe is so. Is it me or like? Chloe is very disappointing. I know that the reflections of your spouse and their bad decisions should not reflect on you, but girl, it's a horny. I don't want to say it. So I'm saying it's a horny.
I think
I don't want to say it, but you know what I'm saying.
I wasn't expecting you to
kinda
use disappointing.
because it's like, girl, like you were the funniest. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
And then she
We
reached
could
that
actually
peak.
take Chloe seriously. That's why
Right.
we were taking we didn't want to take Kim
She
seriously.
reached it. She reached
Kim
it. She was
K,
fine.
Yeah, we're like, Kim K, you're your sex tape girl. Like you're just famous because of that. Like we didn't have to take her seriously. But Chloe, she was funny. She knew the timing of her jokes. She knew her power. We thought she could make it. And then she
Completely agree.
And then Tristan. And Tristan,
I could totally see Chloe with her own late night show. That's how funny she used to be. She's not funny like that no more.
She did radio. She did radio at nights in Miami. She did great. And then she started shying away from that or whatever. Now, hopefully in this new Hulu Kardashian show, we get a little bit more of what's going on. No, she doesn't deserve that. Tristan is trash. Personally, do I think she should apologize to Jordan Woods? That would be nice, but she probably won't. She can do it. Because I ain't like how she was tweeting to Jordan that day, like, you ruined my family.
You ruined my family. Yeah.
Your nigga.
And so you know how I feel about girls like this, friend. You know how I feel about girls like this.
What, that we get to beat them up?
Unfortunately, I don't have any sister sympathy for you. I don't have any sister sympathy for you because we're not going to act like this man did not do the same exact shit to his original baby mama. Y'all remember Jordan?
Yeah.
Listen, my girl Jordan is on Instagram minding her business, staying low, posting her outfit pics, and having her little, bringing her little Instagram money in. I'm here for Jordy Jor. However, he did this same exact thing to her.
Yeah, he did.
And Chloe thought, oh, I'm a Kardashian. It's going to be different with me. I can't fuck with bitches who always think it's going to be different for them. And then they try to shit on the other bitches. I don't like that.
Are you talking about Danny Lay? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I don't like that. You cannot think that you're going to be different and then shit on all the other bitches and then think you're going to get some sister sympathy from the sister sympathy committee.
Yeah.
We ran out.
Women, we're tough on us. It's tough on us. It's tough. I don't believe that Chloe deserves a whole lot of slander.
No,
but
she doesn't deserve it.
You need to really work on disassociating yourself with him publicly. I know that's your baby daddy,
girl,
but
you can find another one. You can find another one who you can be with forever.
I was like, damn, Lamar Odom kind of treated her better, and he was a crackhead, but he did have a lot of orgies on her.
Yeah, I get all that, but
look, at the same time though, they was private. We ain't know about that, and so they told us
and so here's the
you
question.
publicly having whole human beings on me.
Here's a question for you. And for the room, Licious Tazi, because I know it's different for men too. And this is something that my mom asked me, and it immediately made me think of Chloe and Lamar because he did have a drug addiction. Out of these three things, what do you feel like you could deal with when we're thinking about spending your life with someone? So lifelong partner, this is marriage, not boyfriend and girlfriend. This is marriage. These three things, which one would you go with?
Marriage, okay.
Cheating, drug addiction, mental illness. Or I'll say addiction. Maybe not even drug addiction, addiction, mental illness.
What addiction? No, be clear on the addiction.
Okay, drug addiction, we'll park it at drug addiction and gambling addiction.
Gambling addiction, drug addiction, or cheating,
or mental illness,
or mental illness. Goddamn. Well, put that clip in there where Kevin Hart be like, "Damn, my bad." The thing about it is, you gonna deal with something, okay? Whether it's mental illness, that's pretty much everybody, okay? Then they probably a cheater, okay? So I probably could deal with those things.
Damn near every nigga.
It depends on the drug. It do depend on the drug. Cause it's some drugs, girl, I pack my shit the fuck.
Heroin. I don't know if I could be sitting by watching a nigga shoot heroin.
Okay,
that's deep.
If I see a spoon, I'm gone, bro. I'm out of here.
What?
If I see a hot spoon, I ain't sticking around for that. I gotta go. I can't do that drug. Okay. Now other stuff other drugs, okay, but the spoon there. Okay.
I think for me,
all seriousness, no.
All serious. Okay.
The cheating. Tazi, you can deal with
Tazi out of cheating.
You can deal.
You would deal with cheating outside of
for a woman.
If I was a woman, I would deal with the cheating versus the other thing.
Me too.
Okay,
Cheating is a piece of fucking cake, if you ask me. You cheated. Now I'm gonna cheat, and then we can have another conversation. Ta-da! That's how you handle that.
That's kind of where I'm at with things. That's
you know
really
what I'm saying? Like anything
Listen,
you can do, I can do
my
better.
my last relationship.
I can do anything
Let me tell you
better than
something.
you.
That's the last time Shaylin Ivory Parker was gonna be loyal to a fault. That was the last fucking time. Next time I'm not leaving you, nigga. I'm
not
cheating
leaving.
on you.
Okay,
And then you can decide if you want to leave me or not.
That's how I feel.
And we can just go from there.
Now we've got now.
And most of the time, niggas don't leave. So I think we be all right. I think if I get over it and you get over it,
Don't
I think
say
we'll
that
be all
again.
right.
Don't say that again. The niggas not gonna like that.
All right, I get that, but y'all lying behind
say
the
that. The
camera.
niggas
Y'all
not
know
gonna
y'all
like
friends be saying. Y'all know niggas
Okay,
be
all
saying.
right, Shay. Okay, we gotta move on. Okay. So with that being said, are you saying that Chloe should have stuck it through with Lamar because it was just a drug
I'm
addiction?
saying, okay, this is coming from someone who I've had drug addiction in my family.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it from a different perspective than I feel like a lot of other people may. And for me, I'm almost like with cheating, it's almost a situation of like, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't respect you. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. I'm about to fuck these other bitches. With something like a drug addiction or an alcohol addiction, it's like there's a substance that is literally like manipulating
Your body,
to like
your hormones,
do these
your-
different types
yeah,
of things.
yeah.
And there's actual treatment that we can go through if
Yeah.
you're willing to help you with those things.
Yeah.
Like with cheating, I feel like it's such a conscious decision to have that level of
Yeah.
disrespect that I just want to beat your ass.
Yeah,
I
that's
just wanna
what
fuck
kind of
you
like
up.
what Joey Badass was saying. And what is the world coming to when Joey Badass is actually having, like, he's like the voice of reason here. He was like, Tristan just needed to tell Chloe that he's a gallus and he needs
He's not
bitches.
monogamous. He doesn't
And
want
these hoes. And you're going to have to understand that, baby girl. And I think a lot of times that is, even if it's frowned upon, more respected because you just keeping a buck. Like maybe he does have a
Right.
sex addiction, but what you can't do is be out here DMing these hoes like he was saying, oh, your baby ain't gonna have no daddy. He did. She had leaked those DMs like allegedly. He was like, so yeah, baby.
Because he want to stay with his bitch.
He was like, I'm
trying to have that
retiring
baby.
after next year, so you ain't even gonna be getting no money. And then, you know, he came out with the paternity test said it was mine.
We know.
Yeah.
We know it was yours.
Tristan,
Tristan,
another
it's
one.
you.
So
Tristan-
should Chloe, for the sake of her own keeping the same baby daddy, should she still have her next child with Tristan, just so that her daughter True can have the same siblings?
I mean, if you're gonna have another kid and you want them to have the same daddy, yes, have another baby by that nigga.
Oh my God! And
It
go
seemed
through the
like-
whole pregnancy,
listen,
like
it
with
seemed
us in
like
their
it's
comments.
working on that, but you already know what the shit is, Chloe. You already know what the shit is. So this second go round really shouldn't be that hard. If that's why you're staying, then go ahead and have that shit so we can move the fuck on and you can find a nigga who's gonna love you and your kids. Tristan can go on about his fucking business.
I'ma stick
Bitches
beside
find
him.
new stepdaddies every day. Every fucking day. Every day.
I'ma
It's
stick
not
beside
really.
him.
It's not really a thing. Bitches is finding stepdaddies. Don't let that worry you. Chloe can find her a good stepdaddy for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe even a billionaire one for real.
I mean,
for real.
Lamar still been shooting his shot or whatever.
Lamar said, I just wish she would call me. What did
I
he
know.
say? He
Girl,
said, I just wish.
Hey, Chloe. Hey.
He said, I just wish I could talk to her every day.
Hey, Chloe.
He said, I just wish I
Hey.
could talk to her every day.
Go ahead, spin the block. I know that shit long. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Chloe.
You not just gonna say that and just slide by
I know
that.
what the L and Lamar stand for.
Okay, it stand for
Oh, damn. Okay. Oh, damn.
oh damn. With no dick.
Lamar, oh, damn.
Stop playing.
Chloe,
with
go ahead,
him.
spin the block with Lamar, girl.
Is Lamar sober? Is he sober? Is he,
He
still
says that he's
using?
sober. I don't know. He seems
He
like
looks
a
good.
He seems like a gentle giant.
He looks good.
I like gentle giants. I say the same thing about 50 Cent. He's such a bully, but when I was around him, he was so sweet to ladies. I'm like, oh, I see. I
Yeah,
see
50
what's
Cent
going
is
on.
super sweet. He's a sensitive guy. I love him and Cuban Link together. I think
Yeah, they're
she's like
cute.
the water to his fire. She
Yep.
just burned his ass out.
A
Sizzle
gentle,
it out.
a gentle giant.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, 50 been doing his thing, you know, especially when it comes to Power and Kanan and BMF being one of our favorite series. What else have you guys been watching? Because a lot of people have been quarantined. They saying you should stay your ass in the house. I'm trying to figure out how everything is just as bad as it was, but like these airlines are still just filling the whole plane. Like
They don't give a fuck.
They just
like we was down last year.
Just don't ever forget what America did for your black ass in the pandemic. They
Not a goddamn thing.
nothing. They
Not
chose
a goddamn thing.
capitalism. That's what they did. They chose capitalism. Is what they did. I've actually been looking at a lot of African Americans who over the last year or two have moved out of the country, and I'm learning so many things. I'm wondering, would I feel safe? Because a lot of them say, oh, I feel safer here, and I'm like, would I feel safer in the Netherlands? I don't know.
Denmark, Switzerland.
I'm on TikTok following these different women. I understand. I think it's dope. Those who have like married like an Irish man and then they moved to Ireland. Like that's pretty dope. You have a husband there. He can help you maneuver. But you know, sometimes some single women have moved like to Merida, Mexico. Like that's not too far. And they like work online for an American company or whatever. So they make good money out there, or they're staying in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment that's
luxury
$850 a month, and you just start to think about life, like, because I'm like, I don't know if I would feel more safe in the Netherlands. I feel like I'm a little black girl and it's not many here. If I died, they would just like take a week to find me and let my mom know at their leisure.
Not
but
take
like,
a week to find you,
you
but
know,
real shit though.
you know what I'm saying? Who really give a fuck? Like, but at the same time, they were like, well, at least I know no one's going to walk in here with an AK-47 and blow our brains out in the grocery store or shoot up my kid's school, or, you know what I'm saying?
I would
like,
absolutely say, like, living in America, I feel like for me during this pandemic, because we have been inside so much, now, like, my brain does a whole different race when I go out.
Yeah.
And so when I go into the grocery store, even the movie theater, I'll be like, oh my God, just thinking about those people who were all shot up in that movie theater.
Yes.
We're thinking about all those people who, you know, were trampled on at Astro World. And so it makes you think differently about going out into the world every day, just to the gas station, just to Giant, just to
oh my
Shoppers.
God, I have so much anxiety
and if you
now.
you could really, if you stay there in that mental space, you can really let it rule you.
Yes.
Like it can really fuck up your daily operation, just how you move about life, the way you move about people. And it's like so terrifying. So I understand where they're coming from. I understand
too.
Like,
Me too.
Especially when you have children. So I know you're thinking about it from a whole different space, because you have not only a child, but you have a black son.
I have a black son, and guess what? We all know, unfortunately, black kids they're never like innocent. They can never just like have their innocence out and about when it comes to a situation. I always think about Samir Rice and how he was like 11, 12 years old, and it was a play gun or something like that. Like he was 12. Or even just Travis, I'm sorry. Even just what's the name? Zimmerman shot him.
Oh, Trayvon Martin.
Mm-hmm. He was 17.
Yeah,
and they're like,
like,
oh,
it's
he
a
was
child.
walking and then he turned around and he attacked me. And it's just so funny in their stories. Black people go from 0 to 100 in like 2 seconds. Like, no, and not unless we're provoked. You know what I mean? So it is scary. I do look at other countries and I'm like, is there a way I could ever? I've always been one to travel and been open about it. I'm very grateful that my parents were afforded to able to have me travel, you know, in high school. And I know a lot of people who didn't get passports until they were like adults, but able to see other countries so that they can know, like, you live in a small, you know, area that is part of this big, big world. But there's things like universal health care and free education and the guns that people are able to get so easily, and the way this country handled a pandemic that's just really got me thinking on some other shit that I never thought I would think about, especially as a mother. And so I think that's why I'm so currently obsessed with like seeing how other people's experiences are in other countries. But at the same time, it's things here that I love about us, and I love my people. Like, I love fried chicken. I love going to the strip club in Magic City, getting Magic City sauce and big blue hoes, listening to Future and Migos and shaking ass.
Right.
Can I get that in the Netherlands?
I don't think you can get that in the Netherlands.
Exactly.
You can't get that in Switzerland or Germany. And I mean, I think it's going to be pros and cons to anything. Yeah. But I think it definitely takes a different level of like a mind shift to be like, okay, I'm about to move and live in this place that's super, foreign to me. But I also feel like we need that. We need Black people who go to PWIs. We need Black people who go to HBCUs, who decide to live abroad, who decide to live in the States, who decide to live in the projects, and who decide to live in a white neighborhood, because it gives us such a well-rounded view of like what our actual world is. Yeah. And we can bring all those views together to really be like, okay, this is the diaspora. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
Even though it may not be for me,
exactly.
It may not be for us, I'm glad that there are Black people out there who are doing it.
Yeah, you're right. Because we're just like not monolithic. And that was what was so offensive about those guys talking about how they don't date Black girls. Like, Black women are not monolithic.
They're ratchet.
All of us are not Shaniquas. The majority of us are actually college educated and actually make more money than our counterparts. So if you want to keep it a buck and go off of statistics, toting around that you don't date Black women is not the flex that you think it is. It's, can you handle an educated, multifaceted Black woman? That's really what it is. That's really what it comes down to.
And a lot of Black men can't. And we just really rather you be honest about that than like thinking we give a fuck about you not dating us, because guess what? I ain't saying it's me. Don't beat me up, because I know how you boys like to tussle. Okay? But a lot of Black women are also dating outside their race.
They are. Kudos
it's
to
happening.
them.
And also, don't get upset, because again, I know how you boys like to tussle. A lot of Black women, they don't give a fuck. They still getting dick, and they not married, and they not having kids, and they cool with it. And like, you telling them that they not married and don't have kids, they don't really bother them, because they got the check on them, and they still getting dick, and they still getting everything they want. So it don't really matter to a lot of Black women. And I think that gets a little bit underneath the skin of some Black men. I'm not going to say all. It's some who are very secure in themselves, secure in what they bring to the table, secure in what they bring to a relationship. However, there are many that are not. And like Black women saying, I'm cool with not getting married. I'm cool with not having kids. Like, I'm cool with it. That like literally like makes them so upset. Yeah. And it's mind-boggling.
Yeah. I think that whole perspective is a very progressive perspective, because women with aunties or grannies that wouldn't like that either. Like, what do you mean you don't want to get married? What do you mean it doesn't matter? And I'm like, listen, honey,
still now
things change, honey. I mean, people was getting mad at Young Miami because she was like, I think I want to have another baby. I don't know. And they were like, oh, why is she saying she thinks she wants to have another baby? Why isn't she saying that she thinks she wants to get married? Hey, guess what? She's very well off, and she probably could really take care of that baby better than you could take care of that baby.
Or better than she can with a nigga who's stressing her out at the end of the day. I mean, like, and sometimes both things can be true, right?
Yeah.
I feel like there are a lot of Black women who want to be married and they want to be mamas, and like, but they want the right person to do it with.
Exactly.
And so sometimes having a kid and getting married isn't as important as finding the right person to do it with. And then there are some Black women who that is very important. So they will bend a little bit more, deal with a little bit more, sacrifice a little bit more in order to have that, because that is important to them for their existence.
See,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
It's nothing wrong with that either. Like,
there's nothing wrong with, I want to be a mom and a wife, and that's it. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
My mom was 17 years old when she had me, and I was 32, 33 when I had my son. And I would, I was just taught to, be self-sufficient, do something, find something that you want to do, and so that you're able to fend for yourself. I'm so glad I listened to my mom. Growing up, she kept telling me, when I would ask her about when to do things, like when to be a mom, when to get married, she's like 30, after 30. It seems like everything she said to me was after 30. No matter what I asked her, it was after 30. And I'm so glad that I did listen to her, because even when I was,
don't feel like you missed out on anything.
I don't feel like I missed out on anything. I spent my entire time from the time I was 18 until 24 trying to get on radio, and then working in radio, getting my first full-time job in radio when I was 24. And I was just living life, hosting parties, out every week, out all the time, hosting concerts. And so when I was 32 and I was pregnant, I didn't feel bad. Like, I've been to the BET Awards. I'm looking at my Instagram mad, like, oh, I miss you guys, but I'm not mad in the sense that I don't know what's going on and I want to experience that, and I have FOMO or I have postpartum depression because I just want to be out so bad. Like, I already had an identity before I became a mother, which was very important to me. And if you talk to a lot of my friends in 2016, I was saying, motherfuckers, I ain't having no kids, I don't want to have them, let's go, because I was lit. It was lit. And it was lit, and I didn't know anyone that I wanted to have a kid with. That you wanted to have a kid with. All I knew is that I had friends who were single moms who were going through things that I did not want to experience. So at the time, it was, oh, I'm not having no kids, you know, because I didn't have anyone. But then you find people and you fall in love and you want to have children. As you know, Cash came along, and I always let Cash know. I have like a little diary for Cash that I've kept since I was pregnant with him. Aww. And I also I update it from time to time, let him know how his Christmas was. I always feel like if I pass away, give this to my kid so he can know from jump. My little baby boy, you was always planned. You was never a mistake, and we love you. You are a love baby, and he is such a happy baby. I like to think that
he's a super happy.
That's why he's so happy. Yes. But it's about I got lucky by finding someone who has the same morals as I do, and someone who thinks that family is the utmost important thing ever. So it's already like death do us part, because it's like, hey, my nigga, I will kill you. Like, we have a kid. That's really what it is. That's really what it is for me. But what was most important was I was raised to be a businesswoman. I was raised to be someone who could take care of herself. So it doesn't matter if he's there or not there. Whatever a man does for me is always going to be extra. It's always going to be extra. And that's the most important advice I would give my child, because I feel like I dated, in hindsight, I dated differently than my girlfriends. I dated guys that I actually really liked, because I never thought, hey, let me make sure he could pay my phone bill if I randomly ask him. I get my phone bill paid by T-Mobile because I'm a T-Mobile ambassador, because I work in radio. Like, I was dating different than my counterparts. Now I realize, because I never was thinking about money.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just thinking about what I want.
I think for us too, it's different because we are public figures. So like the type of men that we date or what we see as options to us is very different than what I think, you know, other women who are not in this position may kind of look for in men. So where you're looking for, you know, stability and like a financial play, which for me, like, I've always dated men who have been like providers. My dad was always a major provider. My mom didn't have to work. She didn't really want for anything. It was a second layer of that for me. Okay, I need to find somebody who's cool with me being me. Yeah. Like they don't necessarily want me to like, because they're like, you too mixy, like, you too out here. That they are, like let Shay like be Shay and be like comfortable in the fact that you my nigga and I rock with you. You know I'm loyal with you. You know all these niggas out here that I'm dabbing up at work or dabbing up at the club or whatever, like, they respect you. They gonna move for you. They gonna move the fuck out the way for you. Like, it's like Moses part the Red Sea. Shay's niggas coming through. Everybody shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shay's boyfriend in this bitch. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Shut up. What? Bay calling. Shut up. Shut up. Hello?
So what she saying? She got her hoes in check. Shay. What is wrong with this girl? Y'all see this girl?
I ain't say that.
Maybe the Don Julio is just getting to us.
Now, why are my hoes in it?
Now, why are my hoes in it? No, but I feel you. I understand what you mean by, you know, dating and looking for a guy to let you be you. Because one time I was dating a guy and I had invited him with me to go to a Future concert. And Future used to come to the 757 all the time. Him and his people and I used to be really cool. And so I was able to go to the show before the show, be able to go backstage, you know, hang out, whatever the case. It was just a typical day for me. But I bought a date that night, and I would introduce my date to everyone, like, as usual, like, oh, this is my friend, like I would do, like, oh, this is my friend Shay, like, da da da. And then, like, the night went great, I thought. And then, like, he said something to me that date. He said, like, I ain't trying to be no safari ass nigga. And I was like, what? Huh? So that's how you feel about yourself. You can't date a girl like me who works at the radio station, who got tickets and backstage passes to hang out with Future and DJ Esco and chill and smoke rapper weed because you don't want to be looked at as a safari ass who's, you know, Nicki Minaj's ex, you know, boyfriend ass nigga.
Hey man, whatever.
That was nothing that I did. All I did was say, bring my friend along with my experience, and that nigga took it as, I ain't trying to be no safari ass nigga. So that's how I knew that we wasn't going to work, because it's all about perspective. I didn't do anything wrong. I treated you just like I would treat anyone else. You know, introduce you to people. You could be looking at that as an opportunity to be in a different room with people or have a different experience and enjoy it. Or you could be looking at it and allow your insecurities to dictate your actions and look at it as a safari ass nigga. And that's how I would know, I can't fuck with you because you will not allow me to be myself. That's
and
important.
I don't want to be in places or be in rooms where I have to feel uncomfortable or I have to feel like, oh, let me not speak to that person because I don't want my man to think that, you know, I'm trying to. No one wants to walk around like on eggshells like that. And honestly, I wouldn't want my man to walk around eggshells like that. Me. If you're in real estate and you have real estate female clients, you think I'm not gonna take this client because, you know, she be having her titties out. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Sell that house.
Let them titties out.
We got shit to do.
Titties out.
I want to
explain to a lot of people. You know, the promoter girlfriends, if I'm hosting, they think I'm like, hey, it ain't even like that. I'm here to get a bag just like everybody else. But I feel that's definitely important when dating, is like looking for someone who actually lets you be yourself on the gram, off the gram, whatever. We talking about in real life.
To you.
In real life,
if that's important to you. Because I feel like some women are okay with adjusting themselves, wearing their hair differently. Like, you ain't never worn your hair natural in your life, but like, you know, you wearing your hair natural because this nigga don't like weave, or you know, you not going out because like the nigga don't like you in the club. Sometimes that's cool. Like, if you're cool with doing that, that's fine. And some things I do feel like when you get in a relationship, the dynamic does change.
Yeah, in a relationship. Not just some random ass nigga saying, bitch, do this. No. This is different.
No. Now, if I don't want you out Thursday through Sunday, I think we can arrive at a compromise to where it's every other week on Friday and Saturday. You got to give up Thursday and Sunday. That's fine. And I think, you know, some women are okay with kind of evolving or shifting themselves or kind of like sort of transforming themselves in order to be with a man. I'm not one of those women. But for me, I know moving into 2020 with just like doing a little bit more intentional dating. I never really did 2022. I never intentionally dated before. It was definitely more so a casual thing. Like, I'm just saying, what am I talking about? What am I talking about? I'm here. What you talking about?
Okay, did you guys hear that? Shay Lynn Parker is intentionally dating.
Intentionally dating.
We need some.
I need a little bit more energy poured into me past the casual layer.
It's time. It's time. It's time to pour into Shay Parker. If you think you've got what it takes, make sure you hit her on the line right now. 877. Just kidding.
877-422-SHAY.
It's time. She's dating intentionally. Shout outs to everyone who is dating intentionally in 2022. There's some people, what you say, Tazi?
Live links.
Live links.
Some people are dating intentionally in 2022. Some people are like, look, I'm going to get married. I'm going to find my husband. I'm going to find my wife this year. Kudos to you. I want you to manifest that, because if you want that, I want that for you too. I want us to have all great things in 2022. I don't want people to let imposter syndrome get them. Like, you are that bitch. Like, don't feel a way about talking your shit or reminding yourself or reminding other people about who you are. Don't worry about who has something negative to say about that. They really just haters. You gotta just go ahead, post that, do that anyway.
Ignore more people in 2022 too. Ignore more people. Yes. Ignore more people.
Heavy on the ignore. Okay. Well, we're gonna wrap this up here. What do you have to say? You have anything, a last word?
Nothing to say, but keep your eyes out on my Instagram page at I am Shay Parker. There's going to be some dope things coming up. New shows.
Because she's trying to get surgery.
A new surgery. And listen, you ain't fuck me. You fucked the old baby.
Oh, gosh. Shay about to get a new body, y'all. She about to get a new body. And you guys keep a lookout on at Dominique the Diva, because I do have a new curved shapewear line coming out to help all all of the ladies feel like they are in shape,
I
even
will be
while you're
wearing
trying
it.
to work and get in shape. And yes, we're gonna get Shay Parker in some
Yes,
so
ma'am.
you see the quality and how it feels and whatever. But cheers to 2022. Shout out to you for pressing play. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, all of those things. But I often forget. But anyway.